Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan, a former Royal Marines Commando from the UK, and today we're going to be talking a lot about Biden says the United States will defend Taiwan militarily if China were to invade. However, we're going to find out in this video if that's exactly what he'll do, because, you know, we've seen how Biden can say one thing and actually mean another. Sometimes he doesn't even know what he's talking about. But we're going to get into this today, guys. Before we do, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is the first video on China-Taiwan amidst the whole array of videos we've been doing on the Ukraine. Ukraine's been a pretty hot topic, to say the least. But the thing is, we're going to be getting into this anyway and just, see where it takes us, guys. Boom. So, first things first, Biden says US will defend Taiwan militarily if China were to invade. No, so is that even a possibility? Let's check this breaking news.
President Biden this morning unequivocal with his stunning response to a question whether he'd be willing to defend Taiwan militarily if China were to invade.
Yes.
Right, so that's it. Video over. End of story. Biden says he will help militarily if China were to invade Taiwan. Now, I'm just trying to put my head together around this. If anyone can comment below why this war would happen in the first place, is it China taking advantage of the global situation with current wars that are going on, with the sanctions that's happening in Russia, with the petrol prices going through the absolute roof? You know, consumerism is still happening at a crazy rate. People are still buying stuff all the time, but prices are going through the roof. Is this China taking advantage of a situation of vulnerability? I think it probably is, but how? Let me know in the comments.
You are.
That's the commitment we made. But the idea that it can be taken by force, is just not appropriate.
Yeah, it's not appropriate, but, you know, we've seen in the past where certain countries that I love have just took things by force, so we can't use those as excuses. I think the people of the world deserve real, tangible excuses to be able to help militarily, because politicians seem to use it like it's just a tool. It's just a tool to their armament, so to speak, forgetting that many of these young men and women, primarily young men, going to war, losing their lives, getting killed, injured or maimed. You know, they're people's brothers, husbands and sons. You know, these people are real people. We forget that sometimes. It's like, oh, just use these pawn chips for our political decision making. I'm not a massive fan of that. All right, I think we need to be a little bit more hesitant with our decisions to go and help certain countries, and especially with excuses as such as what he's made there.
Those comments appearing to break with U.S.'s longstanding policy of strategic ambiguity on Taiwan. The White House quickly clarifying that our policy has not changed, reiterating the U.S.'s existing position to sell arms to Taiwan to defend itself. Still, it's at least the third time President Biden has said that. Right,
so we come into this whole mix of there's money being made somewhere down the line. Everywhere I went in the Royal Marines, to a degree, somewhere there was an exchange of arms. Someone was making money off weapon systems, and it's normally the country pertaining to the forces that are visiting whatever country they are. There's many reasons for that, okay? It's crazy. I think, if you think about it logically, if you could make billions off weapons and selling weapons, do you think it's your political best interest to stop that country from escalating out of control to the point of where they wouldn't need that intervention of military weapons? They wouldn't need to buy them. I don't think it would be. I think it's in everyone's interest who's generating money to make money from the weapon systems to stir the pot, so to speak, to make things worse, to make them in a position, put them in a position where they think, you know what, I'm going to take you up on that deal. Think of it logically, guys. No one's who's going to benefit from selling munitions is going to help to stop the problem, because they want to make money off their munitions, off selling their weaponry. That's why I don't trust anything that the politicians say, because someone down the line is going to be making a hell of a lot of money. And in this case, we probably know who it's going to be, guys.
The U.S. would use force to defend Taiwan. Overnight, one of several critical comments about China's expanding reach, making reference to the war in Ukraine, saying the world cannot let up in sanctioning Russia.
What signal does that send?
I agree. I think the world cannot let up in sanctioning Russia. I think Russia needs to be sanctioned to bits. However, there's one thing I would say is who's really getting sanctioned here? My petrol prices have went up. My diesel prices have went up. Things like wood, fuel, loads of different stuff, imports, things that are coming from China, everything's just went through the roof price-wise. So who's really getting sanctioned here? Is it the average Joe Russian? Yes, we can definitely say that. Is it the politicians of Russia? I don't really think we're seeing them suffer too much in this, are you? I don't see them suffer too much, so it's not really affecting the people who can make the decision changes in Russia. It's affecting the likes of me and you, though. I'm not even from Russia. I'm nowhere near the Ukraine. I'm from the United Kingdom, and it's been affected on me. I'm feeling the direct effects of this war happening, and so are you guys probably wherever you are. So we need to look at this whole sanction and ritual of thinking, well, actually, it's sanctioning me as well. So
To China about the cost of attempting to take Taiwan by force.
Does anyone else find it really hard to listen to this man? Now, I respect every single president that's ever lived. I really do. I respect America, you know, and I probably have a lot more respect than the average American about America. That's just the way I am. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not just a patriot to the United Kingdom. I'm a US patriot as well. I love the US and the UK synonymously. I love them both together as one. I don't know if there's many people like me. I don't know if it's the military, but it's just the way I am. But this guy, although the respect's there for where he's getting to, I just feel as if he just doesn't quite hit the mark. He's hard to watch. It's like, well, I've watched you for 5-10 minutes. I haven't really getting anything from you. And as the leader of the free world, I need to be getting something from you. The exchange isn't happening, all right? I'm giving you my time, but I'm not really getting anything back. And I think a lot of people get frustrated. We've all got a friend like that, haven't we, who just rambles on, but doesn't really we're not really getting anything from you. That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't know, man. I think he just needs to ramp it up a bit. But at his age, has he even got the ramp in him? I don't think so.
They're already flirting with danger right now by flying so close.
After an earlier trip to the opulent imperial palace to visit with Japan's emperor, President Biden also turned his attention to kitchen table issues at home, insisting a recession is not inevitable.
Does that mean?
Well, so if he says it's not inevitable, I've got news for you guys. Watch out. He means it's happening. If he's saying it's not inevitable, then that's one thing that I do believe. I believe that it's probably around the corner if he's saying that, which we've got to worry then. Our house prices, our cars, all of the money that we got in our banks, everything. And it's not scaremongering. It's come from the man himself. In times like this, when people start telling you about recessions, you better bloody well believe that it's going to happen, and it's going to happen and hit hard. And normally the people at the lower echelons of society are the ones who get hit the most, the ones who have nothing to do with this, the average Joe person working 9 till 5, working 9 till 9, 12-hour shifts in many cases, all right? 5-6 days a week. Them are the people who these recessions hit the most. And it's a bloody shame. And you know something? I'm gonna say this as well. Normally, those categories include the military, the police, the fire service, the people who work for the health services. You know, it's them are the people who form part of that lower echelon part of society. And I'm not saying that in a way to insult. I'm saying that in a way that I know I've been part of that. I've went through a recession whilst I was in and around joining the military. I understand how it is, and I wasn't earning a lot of money in the military at all, if I'm honest with you, when I first started out. And I still didn't have any money at the end of the month after paying bills and stuff. I was skint most of the time. And isn't that a shame, really? The people who you rely on to run your country to make sure it doesn't fall off the edge are the ones who also get affected the most by likes of this. It's crazy, isn't it? I do not get the way our world works, but there's one thing for sure. It's not going to change because I have an opinion on it, that's for sure.
We don't have problems? We do. We have problems that the rest of the world has, but less consequential than the rest of the world has.
How can he say it's less consequential than the rest of the world has? That's such a blanket statement that's untrue. It's like, well, the rest of the world has problems, we've got the same. It's not the same, really. You know, there's America, the United Kingdom is quite a privileged society to live in, quite a privileged part of the world to live in. I've been all over the world, guys. There's plenty of places that will be affected by recessions, by global wars, a lot better, a lot worse than this country, okay? So I don't think he can have a blanket statement like that. A man of his intellect, of his stature in society, shouldn't really be using terms to one for all, so to speak.
Because of our internal growth and strength.
And acknowledging record gas prices will...
Hey, when America has got record gas prices, you know the world is fucked. I mean, when I went there, the price of fuel was unbelievably cheap. I think I filled a Mustang vehicle up for like $25 or something back in 2013. It was awesome in comparison to the United Kingdom, which is, you need to take a bank loan out to be able to fill your vehicle up these days. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, to be honest with you, my fuel bill now to fill my vehicle up cost more than my original car payment for my first car. Work that one out.
Come down overnight.
This is going to be a haul. This is going to take some time.
So basically, we're going to suffer for a long period of time. It's come from the horse's mouth.
China quickly responded to President Biden's comment that the U.S. would defend Taiwan militarily, expressing, quote, strong dissatisfaction with his remarks, adding China will, quote, take firm actions to safeguard its own sovereignty and security interests, and we will do what we say.
Well, if there's anyone out there who had the choice to protect Taiwan, I would say it would be the United States, bearing in mind their interests in that part of the world. There's one thing for sure. I think that China uses this protecting their sovereignty thing a little more than other countries would do. They go around there. And I'm referring to China. They'll help countries that need help. They'll build roads for countries that need roads building. They'll help them with islands. They'll help them with logistics. They'll build ports and all of that stuff. But the moment you can't pay them back, that's their sovereign territory. Anywhere they set foot on, they claim sovereign territory. Same with all of these little islands that pop up everywhere in the China Sea, and they push further south and expand further east, and they claim that it's their sovereign territory. They're very smart and they're very sneaky with the way they claim land. So I don't like the way they're trying to have that false type of expansion and claim that this is sovereignty and the protecting of it. They're doing it very, very sneakily, guys. Okay, so am I for the US defending Taiwan if they ever needed it? Absolutely. I think there's not a better country to do it in the first place. But do I want to see innocent individuals going over there and having to fight wars and stuff that have nothing to really do with them? It's politics. Let the politicians fight. That's what I would say. But yeah, guys, if you like this type of video, I might do a lot more of these. If you want to see a lot more coverage on China, Taiwan, all that good stuff, then please like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below to let me know if you were here and you want to see more content like this. But other than that, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.